Hey guys, James from Official Vilox Designs here today, and I am going to be bringing you some tutorials because I know there's lots of people out there that have tried learning graphics and the graphic design that I do, and not specifically me, just anyone, and it is kind of hard, and I agree. I've taught myself basically all of what I know with the help of tutorials, of course, but I was just gonna make my own and throw them out there for you guys to watch and enjoy. So, let's go ahead and get into this. Today, I'm gonna be covering basic lights. I'll just delete all these lights. There should be none now. So, I have absolutely no lighting on. You won't be able to see anything. Actually, here, let me turn off this stuff real quick. Okay. Right now, that is what the logo thing that came with this Lightroom looks like. So we're going to try to give this a nice look. So if you come over here to this little light bulb and just click it, it'll just give you a light. So I'm going to drag this way up high above the object and drag it back just a little bit. If you come down here to the right corner and click shadow and shadow map soft, I'm actually going to drag this up just a little bit more. There we go. So as you can see, if I render this real quick here, it gives it the shadow all the way across the top and kind of makes everything else dark because that's where it's hitting. So, oops, didn't mean to do that. Another thing I like to do when I'm using Cinema to make logos and backgrounds with the objects and text, I like to add a target light. Target light will hit it from, or it'll be like the set destination that you want it to be. Again, shadow map soft. And with this, you want to do something different. You want to go below shadow and go to visible light and click volumetric. Now you'll see this little thing pop up in the middle here. Click that, drag it down. Can't because it goes on the screen. Down below the first circle. So like so. Goes way down. And we'll render preview that. So as you can see, it kind of lit up the top a bit more. You could see in there, and it kind of gives it like this sun coming down on it look. So that's pretty good. And if you saw my Lightroom tutorial, you will know where this comes into play. If you just gonna shrink this up here real quick. If you get out a cube, make it really wide and really tall. I'm doing it the hard way. I could just punch in numbers. But drag this out. Now if you're using a Lightroom, you'll probably have a softbox material. I have one, but I'm going to show you kind of how to make your own material that I think works pretty well. So we're just going to come over here, create a new material, and I don't really have room, but you can just double click here if it's blank. And we're going to want to select luminance. And on the luminance tab, make the brightness 200, or make it 300%. Go to the color, slide it over to this kind of tealish color, and just bring over the color a little bit to the right so it has a tiny tint of blue. And we're going to drag this onto our cube, like so. Now if we render preview that, there's going to be in my preview there's going to be a giant box, but as you can see it kind of gives it a bit more light. I'm actually going to bring this down and bring it up like so. Okay, if you go into this little thing that says render settings, has gear on it at the top, and you go to effect and click ambient occlusion. I already have it up here, so I'm just going to check it. Check that on, go back to effect and click global illumination. For global illumination, you want to go to the second tab over here and click low for the first two, like this one, and go to anti-aliasing and change it from geometry to best. Save it to wherever you want. I usually save it as a PNG so there's no background, and check alpha channel because this will make it render faster. You can change the width and height to whatever you want. So if you want it to be like a YouTube logo, that would be 800 by 800 pixels. And I usually do 1280 by 720. And the resolution, it's just pixels per inch. I have it at 300 right now. I think it's usually set at like 75. So if we render preview this, it'll take a bit longer to render, and it'll kind of be blurry at first, but don't worry, it will be okay. So I am just going to pause the video here and start it up again when it finishes rendering. Okay, so it finished rendering, so now I'm going to put it into Photoshop. I'm just going to say, I'm making a logo, so I'm going to have it be 800 by 800. Now, what I always do is, oh crap, where did I save it? Let me look. Did I save it to the right spot? Hold on, guys. Alright, guys, I'm sorry about that. I did save it to my desktop, but I don't see where. Tutorial. Did I not? So lost. I know I rendered it because it took 13 minutes. Alright guys, I'm not exactly sure why it didn't, but I will... What? Alright, it apparently said it didn't render, but I'm re-rendering it, so I'm gonna pause the video again and I'll be back in a short amount of time. Okay guys, so it finished rendering, so I'm just gonna open it up here in Photoshop. 800 by 800 pixels, as I said before. Just drag it in here. You can just click and drag. I'm just going to leave it at this side for time's sake. Fill it in with a background. Actually, I'll zoom out. Size down. If you don't know how to size it down, just Control T or Command T. Just size it down. Okay, so this is like basic color correction. Just make it look nice. You can use, if you go over here and select curves, you can click and drag, make it different. Vibrance, saturation, brightness and contrast, and photo filter. I like to use a cooling filter. It kind of gives it this bluish tint. And that's really it, guys. Just add whatever else you want to it and kind of just explore, really. That's all I have to say. So I will see you guys in the next tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. And I will see you around, guys. Bye.